They call him the nicest man in Hollywood. But behind that quiet smile is a life filled with unimaginable loss. When you look at Keanu Reeves, you see humility, you see kindness. You see a man who gives up his seat on the subway and donates millions without telling anyone. But what most people don't see is the pain he's carried for decades. And once you hear his full story, you will never look at him the same way again. Stay with me, because this isn't just a celebrity story. It's a story about loss, survival, and quiet strength. Before the fame, there was chaos. Keanu was born in Beirut, but his childhood was far from stable. His father struggled with addiction and left when Keanu was just a child. He grew up moving from place to place, different schools, different cities, never truly feeling settled. By the time he was a teenager, he had already experienced abandonment and instability most people never face. And yet, he didn't turn bitter. Pause for a second. How many people do you know who went through less and became harder? But this was only the beginning. Just as his career was rising in the 1990s, tragedy struck. His best friend, River Phoenix, suddenly died outside a nightclub in 1993. They were close. They were building dreams together. And overnight, he was gone. Keanu never publicly dramatized the pain. He never exploited it for attention. He grieved quietly. And this would not be the last time life would test him. If you've ever lost someone close, you understand that silence. In 1999, Keanu and his girlfriend Jennifer Syme were expecting a baby girl. They had already chosen her name, but the baby was stillborn. Imagine preparing a nursery, choosing a name, dreaming of a future, and then silence. Just 18 months later, Jennifer died in a car accident. In less than 2 years, Keanu lost his child and the woman he loved. Most people would collapse under that weight. Many would become angry at the world. But Keanu, he disappeared from the spotlight. He processed his pain privately. He never turned it into a spectacle. Take a moment and think about that strength. As if that wasn't enough, his sister Kim was diagnosed with leukemia. Keanu stepped away from projects to care for her. He reportedly donated millions to cancer research, but he never announced it publicly. No press conference. No headlines. No applause, just quiet action. And that tells you everything about who he is. Despite being worth millions, he rides public transport. He sits alone on park benches. He signs autographs for hours. There are countless stories of him giving up profits from movies to help crew members get paid more. He doesn't need the attention. He doesn't need validation. Because when you've lost what is lost, fame becomes very small. People don't just admire Keanu Reeves, they respect him. Because his kindness doesn't feel performative. It feels earned. It feels like someone who understands suffering and chooses not to spread it. That is rare, very rare. Here's what makes his story powerful. He didn't let tragedy turn him cold. He didn't let pain define him. He carried it quietly and still chose to be gentle. So the next time you see him smiling in an interview, remember, that smile survived storms you may never see. If this story moved you, comment respect below. And if you believe kindness is strength, not weakness, subscribe to CelebSphere for more real stories behind the fame. Because sometimes, the strongest people are the quietest ones.